I mean, I don't know. So the client component, that was really easy, actually. Knowing almost no modern React, we managed to stitch it together.
Yes,
so that's pretty
we
good.
made it.
Okay, so now let's try doing it on the server with old school form posts, right? I mean, that's what we're gonna have to do, isn't it?
That's the impression I get. I was 50-50 whether they magically do it for you with.
Okay,
it does seem like a bridge too
so
far.
is this a calculator 2?
Yeah, or calculator dash server, or yeah, calculator.
Fine.
Yeah, linking and navigating. Let's see. That's a route group.
Man, you don't want any part of route groups, I bet. Okay, so we're getting out. Okay, so now we're on the server. Okay, why are you mad? Yeah, no state here. We're only doing server. Okay, so here's the calculator, right? So value can just be 10, right? Because we're going to start everybody off at 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, on change. There's no on change, right?
Right.
Because we're not in any kind of JavaScript land, and this guy doesn't have an on click, right? Okay, and so the sum is going to be, this is just going to be literally, yeah, and so I'm going to do this maybe. Okay, so then this guy is going to be val1, val2, and then the server guy, sum is just going to be val1 plus val2, right? So, okay, so now we've got another calculator. And so if we go back here to the home page, we have go to calculator. That guy, we're just going to change him because we're professionals. So that is going to be go to client side calculator. Let's do another div here. And this is go to server side calculator. Man, we're getting pretty good at this stuff. Okay, so I blew something up. Warning, you provided a value prop to a form field without an onChange handler. This will render a read-only field. Yep, sure enough it does. If the field should be mutable, use default value.
Oh, okay. I mean, that is what we want.
So we could do do they have, like, posting data? No. Like the fetching? Data fetching. Data fetching.
Yeah, I wonder.
There are 4 ways you can fetch data. Okay, so here, the one thing that was confusing to me earlier. So we like do this destructuring thing, right? Where we like get the params or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So step 1, let's log those. But like, how does it, like, what if I just say like context, right? Like I just want to know like what will give me everything. Is that a thing that it will do for me?
Yeah, I think they were just being cute, so it was typed, right?
Okay. Oh yeah, params and search params. Okay, so that's what we've got. Well, so if I submit this guy, okay, it's still mad, right? So I need to do, this guy needs to be default value, right?
Which, I mean, I guess makes sense.
That's fine. Okay, still mad though. Did I not save it?
Oh,
gotta save it. And actually, is he barking at me? No, he's so happy now. Okay, so if I do this and I hit calculate, did it do something? Did it do like a post? Let me preserve the log here. Okay. I don't know what that is.
That would be it, right?
I guess. Headers. Here's the post.
Yeah, so like what's the payload, I guess, huh?
Value
Okay,
1,
yeah,
value
makes
2.
sense.
Okay. Did we come through here? Params. None. No, there's no params. Okay, so what was that use form params? What was that thing?
I'm trying to figure it out here. You can invoke. Oh. Server actions can be invoked using the action attribute in a form element.
Okay.
I mean, that sounds sort of promising. Okay, where's this example here? Like, where's the rendering though? I don't see an example where they like re-render afterwards.
So are you looking at this thing? A new form data. What is this? Form data. Do I need to do this? Let's assume these guys did it right. Okay, well, we're not going to do any of that stuff.
Yeah.
And so then this guy can just, so I can just say for the action, I can just say some.
That seems unlikely to work.
Dude. Oh, it'll work.
In their thing.
So we don't know what that thing is.
No.
Ah!
Oh, okay, so...
Ah!
Okay, so what did the network do when we did this?
Oh my. Okay, let's see. Oh!
What is
Dude. Okay, so let's see what's in
does
it.
it
Oh
do?
my goodness. I guess... Boy,
the
dude.
values are in there.
You know what this reminds me of? ASP.NET web forms, baby. With all the like posts, or what do they call that thing?
What was that called? The state. It was a something state, wasn't it?
Pushed. What was that called? Because it was a postback. It was like postback
Yeah.
state or whatever.
And you could like, if you didn't watch it, you'd be sending like megabytes
Yeah.
of.
Well, man,
goo.
that was awesome.
What were those called?
I bet ChatGPT knows. Let's see. ASP.NET form postback state. What? View state. The view state.
View state.
The view state. Ah, yes.
Yeah, because it would fix all your sins, right?
Right.
Sort of
You just slather those components around and like, don't worry, we'll take. You know, and actually, a lot of ways, NextJS reminds me of ASP.NET web forms. Okay, so he's
the response. What's in the response now? It's this thing again.
Some bullshit, and then this. You know, actually, this is not the worst. Like it's okay. So just for clarification, since there was a lot of faffing, here is how we got the. It's not really a server only component, which we can try that next. But essentially, we have a form here, but we had to use client, and we had to use this magic use form state thing. And we had to give it a server action function, which had to be in a different file because this guy's use client and this guy's use server.
Yeah, so just the math is happening there, but no rendering.
So it's a lot of jacking around. But then you can kind of use it like a hook, which is kind of cool. To be
that
honest.
is slick.
And then we just render it right here.
Yeah, so I guess when I was imagining a server component, I was imagining like a post back and then it re-renders again on the server.
Yes.
But probably being not old men, that is not even.
I don't think.
It's not a thing that occurred to them.
How many people watching this video even know what a full form post is?
It looks like.
You know what I mean? Like URL form encoded data. Like it can't be more than about 1% of anyone watching this.
Because I guess it makes sense, right? Like in your mind, right? Like, or in the mind of the new developer, you're like, yeah, we're gonna do the thing we have to do on the server, which is like write to the database.
Yeah.
Most of the UI is already there, right? If you're staying on the page, just for like return the status basically. And
yeah, I don't think. I think you gotta like, if you want to stick with the way the framework is shepherding you through the process, you don't be the full old man. You just do a little old manning.
Yeah, I guess I'm imagining like a complex, like some complex page where you can change a bunch of knobs and you save it. Like maybe that changes a bunch of like that changes what gets rendered, let's say, or something.
Right.
And like,
but I think you just get all
Jordan
that state back, right? You get all that state back from the server, some big JSON blob.
I suppose
or big object.
Old Man Jordan wants to wants the server to render it for me to make sure it's right.
I suppose that's
Right.
right, because we didn't. The response is like, yeah. So it's the rendering is happening client side. Yes.
Yeah, the client side rendering is still client side.
Yes.
But like the part that value, the valuable part that was maybe like the thing you can't let the client do, like using some private key or something
Yep.
that happened on the server.
I'll tell you what, man. There are a lot of shades of ASP.NET Web Forms in here. Like it's like dude, you remember even ASP.NET Web Forms actually had like a run at server tag?
Yeah.
So you could decide where you wanted to run your controls.
Yeah, and yeah, that was always the
And they
way
hid
to
the
fix
magic.
the glitch.
They hid everything from you. Like they didn't, like you need not know how text boxes really work, right?
Yeah,
Like,
well, remember, like they didn't even want you to look at real HTML elements, right? Like, no, don't write, bracket form, brace form. You want like our built-in form generator guy, right? Like our own
yeah.
component.
I will say the nice thing I like about Next so far is that like we haven't been inundated with like custom components. You know what I mean? There's that link custom component, and there's a few magic hooks and things, but mostly it's just like HTML.
Yeah, and like I guess technically this form is not actually a form. It's like an upgraded form, right?
Yeah.
But still, you don't have to use some different. It behaves roughly like.
Yeah, I'm surprised they even had you use a form. Like, but of course, if you use a method on the form, then it blows up. So
Yeah.
But all right, man. Well, good. I think I learned a lot doing that, and it kind of makes me, now that I kind of see, like, I feel like doing a couple examples like this, I start to realize how they want you to do it.
Yeah, we're trying to shove our will
right
onto the next.
We're server guys, right? Old
Yeah.
school, like over the wire. Just give me the whole thing. Like, so I think this. Honestly, man, I kind of like. You can kind of see. We've done a million single page apps before, right? And you can kind of see how they like. There are some things in here that would let you move very quickly without having to dick around too much.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know.
Yeah.
But it is a lot of magic.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it does sort of handle the sort of table stakes of a single page app without you thinking. I assume at some point you have to start thinking about it, but like at least keeps out of your way.
I mean, I don't know, dude. Like what we just did here is about like 80% of what most web apps have to do. More or less,
true.
right? There's a few more complicated things, but awesome, dude.
Yeah.